Hello everyone. This is Maria with mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another paper crafting video. If you are here, please let me know the sound is okay and all that good stuff. I keep feeling that something is happening and my sound is not very good. So again, if you're here, just let me know. I'm going to see if I can improve the sound here. Well, it seems like it's all the way to the top, so I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. And let me see if I can get connected to the chat. There we are. I am connected to the chat, so I can actually see it here instead of trying to look there to my right. Hi Joan, hi Louise, hi Joyce and Carrie. How are you doing? Yay, Joyce, I'm glad you're here live. I hope you guys are okay. If you are, I think anyone in the United States, or mostly anywhere, it's been really cold. So I hope you're safe and warm. And yeah, it's been quite a crazy weekend. I was kind of surprised how cold it was. Fun fact, like I obviously from Saturday to Sunday, it was really, really cold at night. It just stayed very cold after that. And so I'm like, I decided I was going to go and close a little chicken coop door. And I just go there to I decided that I was going to do that, not I go. So I've been doing my own. Oh goodness, I am so sorry, Adrian. So just a completely unrelated note to Stampin' Up. I had been reading about milling your own grains. And hey, grilling is a mix of grains and milling, huh? Anyways, and so I've ended up buying a mill for myself, an electric one for Christmas, and I've been doing my own grains. And so in my world, right, I am going to do bread every weekend because that's what makes sense, right, after investing in one of those. So Sunday is like my new day for that. And so I was working on Sunday and I was thinking I have to go and lock the chickens. And of course I forgot. So it was like 9:30 when I lay down to bed and I was like, oh goodness, the chickens. So I had to go and get all geared up and close the coop and come back out. It happens, guys. It was very cold. I want to say it was like minus 17 or something, or minus 13 Fahrenheit. It was very cold. I was not totally appreciative, but I was very happy that I went because I think I would not have been able to sleep in peace if I didn't do it. So I just want to show you though how the little album we did last Tuesday ended up looking. So again, I just put welcome baby. I use some of those fun, what's the name of them? Bright skies. I use the dies because I really love it. This is how the tree looked like. This was the bigger of the dies, and I just used our watercolor paper and some watercoloring, and that worked really, really well. And then let me show you the inside. The inside, we managed to get it almost done. I did add just very simple piece of white in here to create a little area, little pack for a tab. I'm gonna make another one of these, but I just wanted to at least let you see that one. I really like how that ended looking. And then I put some areas here, like here is for a picture, right? And let's see, this one I think we finished together. I did not find this is so me. I did not find the things from the workshops that says picture here or whatever, so I just put picture and more or less the measurements, guys. I know that's really not super cool. Remember, I added this so it looked more finished. And then on the other side, that I just added these. If you're wondering about these belong to one of the new workshops, and I forgot the name of it, but I actually like that workshop very, very much. Same as this one. Let me see what the name of it is. It's one of the new ones. It's a scrapbook workshop. It's really beautiful, guys. Let's see. It is called Everyday Happiness workshop, I think. And it's really, really, I really like the colors because it has that, I think is wild wheat and, Lost Lagoon, and so really, really nice. I like it. So I added these. It comes with the workshop, and then there's the other one. That's how that looked like. I think that ended up looking so cute, so cute, guys. So I am very, very happy with the result. I'm going to send it. We'll fill it out and send it probably next probably tomorrow. Nah, well, I don't know. The weather is just going back and forth crazy here, so I don't know when we're going to send it, but I will send it. And I'm really excited about it. Thank you. Hi, Susie. How are you? Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's been definitely on the cold side. It's just crazy. Okay, so I just want to show you that there's tons of super cool things going on Stamping Up. If you need anything, just send me an email, maria@mariascraftingcorner.com. Before I had that elegant thing that you could see in the screen. I don't have that anymore. I'm really missing that other software I used before. I have to tell you guys. But it is what it is. So if you need anything, maria@mariascraftingcorner.com. I think I'm going to have to build like one of those big things and write it in here so you guys can see it. Okay, so I saw this, and I'm going to include the link to what I saw on Pinterest here on the chat box so you guys can see it on its original form. And that is the card we're going to be doing today. It's an interactive card. It's really, really cute, actually. I made some modifications, like the measurements were not included in and you'll see what I saw, but it's pretty simple to figure out. So I, obviously did the measurements. You'll get those later on. Most likely I will post them initially here in the description box for you. If later on I manage to catch up with my blog, you'll find them there, but I don't want you to have any delays, so the description box is going to work for now, so you have access to them. We are going to be using, and I already forgot the name of it because I am so good with names. We're going to be using this beautiful new paper, and it is called Floral Delight. And it actually reminds me of a paper pumpkin kit we had, I don't know, I want to say like last May or something along those lines. It was pretty, very, very beautiful. It has these colors, and this color combination is definitely gorgeous. So I did get only the paper. The suite also includes, same as always, stamps and dies and all these beautiful goodies. I just got the paper. It also includes it's a package, I believe it's vellum, that has some plaid in balmy blue, and I have these leftover balmy blue from another collection, I want to say like 2 years ago, guys. You know how it goes. So I decided I am not going to buy that. I will use this in combination with this paper, and I even put them together, so I just remind myself of doing it. So this is what we're going to be using today. On top of that, we'll be using a couple of things. I don't even know if they're available anymore, guys. I'm really, really sorry. So I'm gonna be using Phrases for All because I really like this one, and I've told you guys I love big fonts. And then this Petal Park, I don't know if it's still there or if it's about to retire. There's odds it's about to retire, but this is one of my favorite stamps. Have we worked, I bought the whole collection of them because it was a suite with 2 of them, I think, and so I just really like it. So these are the stamps we're going to use, and I'm going to be using the square dies that I also think they are retired now. And I'm going to using, this is the biggest, oh goodness, what was the name of this? I used them forever. It was a one that brought the like little circles and the squares. I forgot the name. Guys, I am so sorry. My brain is gone. But at least, you know, if you have a square, this is 3 by 3. So I'm using the biggest, which was 3 by 3, and it's then right next to it. Hello, Nicole. Good morning. So that's what we're going to be working in today. Very simple interactive card. It's very, very simple to make. We'll have to make a couple of adjustments. I made the first one. It's going to be my husband's Valentine's Day. So I think I'm a little bit okay if it's not closing perfectly, but you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So we'll work together. So the first variation I did is I really wanted the card to be a card. And so okay, two things. I don't know what the initial measurements were. Okay, so this is based on how I see it was going to work. I wanted something that was visible. Again, that was for my husband, so I figured I want something that is bigger. So this is going to end up measuring 5 by 5.5. You can probably make this smaller, but you'll see what I mean here in a minute. Why I want it a little bigger. But that's me, right? Of course, I think you can make this small enough to fit in a 4.25 by 5.5. So just putting it out there. We'll see here in a minute if it will fit. And this is a piece of 5.5 by 10 scored at 5. And then we just got our card base. So this is very, very simple. I actually, guys, have not totally decided what I want in the inside of this card, but I think that, so the thank you is going to go on the outside. So I really like this one that says you're all kinds of amazing. I like that one. I don't know if it's like a really good option, but I think that's what I want to put in here for my card. We'll have an area to decorate, and we can maybe do that right now and get that done with. Where is it? Here it is. So I really don't want to use the two stamping for this area. I have to tell you guys, I fully, completely admire those who can do double stamp, two stamping with just the block. I need the whole shenanigan, guys. I need the my Misty in order to be able to finish it. It's difficult for me. I have to admit that. I just want to put these are the full flowers, and I'm just going to bring them, and I'm just going to put them in there, like there in the corner, maybe like that. We'll use the Daffodil Delight. I didn't mention it, but that packet of DSP has Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Old Olive, Balmy Blue, and I want to say Pecan Pie. And so it's a really beautiful packet, guys. And you can definitely use and combine with other things that you have available. Hello, Miss Kiwi. Okay, so let's go ahead with that. I'm just going to bring that good squish. I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't want like any craziness in there. Again, mainly because I don't want to do the double stamping. You don't have to laugh. You can laugh, but I have to admit, I'm very good at admitting that the things I'm not good at. And that is one of them. So I don't even feel the need to struggle very much. And I am bringing, if I find it, that'll be super cool. Here it is. So this is the other piece, right, that we're going to be using for here. And I'm going to bring our Old Olive. And I don't even know if this fits in here. Mostly. So let me bring my Misty, guys. I already have it ready for the other ones. I should have had this ready. Let's move all the stuff I have around here. Probably is better to do with the Misty anyways. I'm going to put this one really close, hoping that this doesn't move. I've used these so often, guys, that usually what happens is that it kind of like, what happens is dirty, so I have to wash it, that is. And I have not. So let's try to remember how this goes. Every time it gets me. I don't know if it happens to you guys, but every time it gets me. So I know it goes something around these lines, maybe. Was it like that? I think that is how it should look. I want to say, yeah. Okay, wish me luck, guys. We're going to add that, and guys, you see that it gets really, so I'm putting this a little bit there. Just want to make sure that it's still well attached to the back of my Misty. And because I know I've been struggling with that, I'm gonna like go and push, guys, because did I mention they're dirty? They're very dirty, and so yeah, it's been a thing today. It's been a thing. So I'm going to ink this and bring this back in here, and hopefully very elegant, same as always, guys. I'm just going to do this real quick, and then it's moved a little bit, but it's good enough, guys, and I'm okay with that. Result, we're just going to, I'm going to add a little bit there in those, because they are, for whatever reason, not stamping super well, so I want it to stamp well. Okay. And it created one of those double, but it'll be fine, guys. It'll be fine. So, Nicole, it happens to be, you know, that most of the time I think that, and then I realize that I always need luck, because even with the positioning, it's not working. So, guys, this is, for whatever reason, really rebellious. I'm going to put it far away, hoping that I don't mess up anything, and look at that. That is a disaster waiting to happen. I'm just going to bring a little bit of water and wash my finger, so, you know, we don't have any accidents. And just going to bring, this have been loved a lot. You guys can tell I've used them a lot. And I have a new one, and I still refuse to kind of use it, which I find very funny on my end. Like, I still can use them. I still can use it. So that's where we're at. I'm going to dry these well, because I don't want any accidents to happen later. And what we're going to do is I'm going to move this. I'm going to leave these in there. And we're going to bring the one that says, "You are all kinds of amazing." And I'm just going to put it there at the bottom, using one of these. Oh, yeah, I know. My goodness, Kiwi, it's been crazy in Texas. I've been seeing that. Really, really crazy. That is cold. We actually had a very nice day today. I think the high was 44. So I was very excited about that, because we really had some cold days. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to decide if I want this on the blue, and I don't want it in blue. I'm sorry about that. I think I want it in green. I'm sorry, guys. All of a sudden, I was like, why am I doing this in blue? Anyways, I'm going to bring these. You're all kinds of amazing. I'm going to move up here, guys, so I can see more or less where I'm putting these. I'm hoping this is straight. And if it's not, it's fine. It did work fairly well, so I am happy with that result. We're going to move back in here, and I'm already all green. Okay, I'm going to put this away so I don't make a mess, and I'm going to wash my hand a little bit. So again, there's not a crazy mistake. Oh, see, Joyce, that is the way to go, right? Like I just keep thinking I can totally move this differently. I mean, like getting the new one. I think I have actually two because I had one something somewhere. This is stuck, guys. I don't know why they are getting stuck lately, but that's where we are at. And this is again the inside of our card, and I am just going to bring glue and get that set up. And look at that. I don't know why things happen like that to me. And let's go ahead and I refill our glue dispenser because I was really having a hard time last week. Yeah, I know. I saw that Texas, and I think it was my daughter has a friend in Florida, I think in Pensacola, she said yesterday, and they were getting snow in Pensacola, like 3 inches or something, and I was like, wait, what? So, anyways, let's not get started with that because, you know, it is what it is. So again, we have, this will be our base. We are going now to attach the paper or the layers to the front. And I have them somewhere. So I have here, so again, we said this is, and that's, don't see that. This is 5.5 by 5. So this is 5 3/8 by 4 7/8, and we're going to add this to our back, and this is going to be like the background. It seems to me that the lady in Instagram, it was not Instagram actually, it was in I don't know why this keeps happening. It was in Pinterest. It seems to me that hers was much bigger, like the card base. It was less a card base and more like I don't know how to call it, but it was a much bigger one. If I had to guess, I would say it was like 5 by 7 kind of big. I did not like that option, and of course that doesn't matter. She was working on something. I think that we all get just really used to some measurements, right? And probably those are great for those you know, those people that are somewhere in the globe that use the bigger sites. I just figured this was going to be enough. Okay, so we have our card base ready. I'm gonna put that somewhere else. I'm gonna bring the next pieces that we need. So we need one big piece of, and I'm moving some stuff so I can actually give you the right measurements. This is 4.5 by 12, and you can probably do this smaller. We all know I like it bigger, and I wanted it bigger because I wanted it for my husband's Valentine's Day. So, you know, go big or go home is how it's called, right? So I decided to use the 12 by the 12 piece. I would say that if you do probably 1.5 and 3, and then 1.5 and 3, that leaves you 6. And if it's 11 and a 5-inch, so there's ways you can do this smaller, right? And that will fit probably in a 4.25 by 5. Now we are going to bring this very big piece. We'll have the 12-inch towards the top of the trimmer, and we're going to score. And we're going to score at 2 and 4. And if you want to go, you know, open your arm, it will be 2, 4, 8, 10. Because I am on the lazy side, I'm just going to turn it around, and we're going to score at 2 and 4. Whoops, almost. Did you guys see that? Exactly, Kiwi. That's what it is. I honestly, I like regular cards, and of course, if you're going to make one to send, you want something that will work differently. I just figured out this was a great option, and you know, for just for me. And the next piece we're going to need, and actually it seems like to me like I got 2. No, I think that's a leftover. We need one piece of, where are you? It's 4.5 by 5, and I just want to make sure this is the one. Yes, 4.5 by 5. So obviously the length will be 4.5, and this is the 5.5 side. So on that 5.5 side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch and 4, and let's see, and 4.5. Yeah, am I doing this correctly? Yeah, 4.5. Sorry guys, sometimes numbers look different on this side for whatever reason. And 4.5. Bottom line, we're making 2 little flaps of 1/2 inch, which is what we're going to do, in which we're going to use as kind of like the mechanism. Initially I made this a little bigger, like 3/4 of an inch, and I realized that it's not needed for it to be that big. 1/2 inch will do. So again, this is 4.5 by 5, and score at 1/2 inch and 4.5 inches. And so this is going to be our quote-unquote mechanism. And now this is, again, very, very simple, guys. We're going to fold these. Starting here, this is going to go mountain. Let's see, not mountain. Valley, mountain, mountain, valley. And this is the form of what we need. We're going to have kind of that C-fold-ish. I don't even know. Gatefold is what's the name of it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my bone folder and give it a good push in there. And there you go. Okay. So again, this is what we need for our card. Isn't that super simple, guys? Okay, what's going to happen is, let me remember this correctly, because that's one of the reasons that kills me about doing just once, because I really need more instructions, I think is the right word to say it. So these are going to be attached like this, I want to say. Yeah, like this. There you go. And so later it will open in different ways. So we'll keep working, but it's really cool. I really like it. So before we attach any of these, I'm going to go ahead and bring my second panel to decorate this, if I can find it. I think it's right here. And okay, so I have 2 panels. This one goes in the inside, and this one goes on the outside. This piece ends up measuring 4 by 5.5. Let me see, 4 by 4.5. So this is 3/7/8 by 4/3/8. And what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to add this, and we're going to create a window. So I am going to add this first, and then we'll create that window. I've been struggling with glue lately, so I think I may end up going back to our old double-sided tape, guys. It's just such a trusty implement to utilize, right? Okay, and this is where I'm using that beautiful plaid paper that we had from, I don't know, I want to say it's a couple of years back. Hey Kiwi, if you go to the top of the conversation, you will be able to see the card, because that's where I got it. It's a lady from Pinterest. And now I'm bringing this square, which is the right next to the big one. Remember I told you guys? So that's this. We're going to use the smaller square. And I'm just eyeballing, guys. Let me move this so you guys can see. I'm just eyeballing these in here. And I'll bring my embossing machine, guys. It's always, there we go. It's always big and crazy and in very bad shape. You know, that's something I'm thinking of investing, is another set of these plates. because yeah, I definitely mistreat this poor machine. And I'm just moving that forward because that does not need any cutting or anything. This is the only piece that needs some cutting, and this will help us to just maintain that square in the same place for everything, right? My experience is every time I do this differently, or I try to get like really creative on how to cut it, it doesn't really work. So being that the case, I'm going to go with what has worked in the past and going to go for it. And you guys are going to probably see that this is going to move, and I'm going to be making a lot of effort, and it does create a lot of effort. If you're hearing that mess is messy, I'm sorry. And I'm going to come back because we are cutting through one layer of DSP and 2 layers of cardstock, and we know that is difficult to go through, right? Like for our die. And let me get that back again. I am gonna do it one more time, guys. It does happen, and I'm pretty sure you all know this, that when you pass the paper through the embossing machine this many times, the fibers do get a little messed up. But yeah, that's what works for me, guys. I am going to reorganize my paper here, because this moving will completely drive me insane. So sorry for that. Okay, there we go. And now hopefully we have, and it looks like we have, but see, that did not cut in there. So it did not cut the sides for whatever reason. That is not very cool. It cut the sides of 2, but not all. So what we're going to do, I'm going to remove these. Do remove these piece of Post-it with care, because we again have pushed through it quite a bit. And I have had times where it actually pulls the paper, even if it's just Post-it tape. And it seems like it removed these 2, so 2 layers, but it did not cut all the way through on the sides here. And so for that, what I am going to do, guys, I'm just going to put it back on, and I'm just not going to bring that here. I'm going to move these there and run it real quick through the embossing machine. And I'm sorry, I hope you guys can still hear me. I do think that these software, okay guys, sorry, that was nice. This software, you know, is not as pristine sound. Maybe I'm mistaken, but yeah. Oh goodness, I thought once would do, and no, it's just not cutting. So I just don't want to go back in there. Let's see. Yeah, it's not cutting through. You see that? What a rebellious piece. Just because I don't want to go back in there, guys, I'm going to use this and a ruler. And actually, a part of me is, don't do it, Maria. Don't do it. But there are options. For whatever reason, they cut this down in the top, but not the sides. So anyways, let's go ahead and try to do this, and we'll see how this goes, guys. And I just got this a little bit ago. I am supposed to be practicing because I really better with this thing, but it's not my favorite tool. I am doing this with a lot of care, and that just means it's going to be a mess because I am so scared I'm going to ruin it. Okay, let's see if that went through. Ha! Look at that. I feel so cool today. And we're going to do this one too. And I'm just going to turn it around because it seems easier for me to reach out. And I'm just pushing in my ruler here, or my ruler, not in my. I'm pushing my ruler and going through this. That is not working very well. So let me reorganize my spot here, and it's like going through some of that. I just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly, guys. I think I'm actually cutting the ruler. Because I'm was cutting the ruler. That's why I was having such a struggle. Oh, goodness. Anyways, that is me. It's like, why isn't this going through? That's so weird. There's nothing there stopping it. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Practicing new skills. That's very important. Okay. I remember Sue once told me that she uses it a lot. So kudos to you. I'm always scared of these things. So we made it. We made it. So that was a rebellious piece. It didn't need to be that rebellious. I don't know why it was so rebellious, but we managed. Okay. Now this is glued. It's fairly straight. I'm happy with the way it came out. Now these, we're going to add these right now. One of the reasons that you know, I was really struggling with this is because I add so many layers, and we've had this conversation a few times since, you know, I started doing this, but I feel that you can totally use less layers, and I actually try to change that, and we'll see if that's going to work. And I was thinking, so Louise is saying a metal ruler would work, and I was actually thinking that I have one, and I don't know why I was not using it, but that's fine. That probably because that's the one I have right here without making too much looking for. Okay, so next time it will be better. I have that one. So what I have is I got these to work on my albums. I'm working, guys. I'm learning. And so I did get this, and I should have used this, but I just, anyways, that's how it happens. So I'm going to put that back in there so it's not in my way. So this is, whoops, how this looks initially. I just want to show you. This is going to, I keep forgetting how this works, guys. And I think it's there. It's really complicated. So when I practice a lot, it makes it so much easier for me to put this, and then all of a sudden I forget things. So let's get going. We are going to go with, I think, was it like this? I think that's how it goes. Okay, sorry guys. We're going to go and decorate these pianos. And for that, you guys can tell, I'm using some magnets. Those magnets that I buy are amazing. I know I've showed them to you. They are sold in Amazon, and I absolutely love them. They have 2 different sizes. They're really thin, and I just love them. Adrian is asking what was the metal piece I had in my hand. You mean these, Louise? I mean, Louise, Adrian. I don't know how it's called. I am that cool, huh? I don't know how it's called. I know it's one of those that you can use to cut big pieces using that thing. So you can corner here, and then you cut right here. Like, is it a corner? I don't know how it's called, guys. And then you just get the exact perfect corner thing for your albums. So like in here, that's what I use to cut this. So it, like, you know, you have like a really clean cut, I'm guessing. I'm not really that good with it. I'm still practicing and learning, and I'm really scared of using that knife, to be fully honest. So so I did already put the magnets in them, and my hope is that this will help it closed. It's called a corner rule, huh? I was not that lost. So this is, I have 2, and all I did, guys, just to make it easier on me and thinner, I just embossed this, and I just love this embossing folder, which is that one from the Country Woods. It's called Eyelet 3D embossing folder. One of my favorites, guys, I have to be honest. Now let's bring some extra glue. And we're going to glue this. And we'll go ahead and I'm just making sure it all works well. I did put them together earlier just to make sure that I don't forget them. I am that person that will forget. And see, I already forgot a step. So I am going to move this out of the way and bring the next step if I find it. There we go. So this was called double stitch ribbon. It's an old ribbon, guys. It works really well for these. And I decided I was going to use it. Where is my scissors? Here they are. And so I want to cut about 6 inches of it, more or less. And that was more or less 6 inches, right? Did I do that correctly? It doesn't matter. It has to be, so it has to be at least 5.5 inches and bigger. So it could be bigger if you wanted. The whole point is this is going to be what will be pulling the card. If you saw the other example or the example from the lady, that this is what I decided to utilize instead of cardstock, and I will explain why while I am working on this. So this is very easy to glue, right? Like in the sense you just glue this and remind. Let me look at my, yeah. So we're going to glue this friend right in here, and what happens is this is going to be our pull for our card or part of the mechanism. And let's go ahead and add, here it is. So I'm going to bring a piece of double-sided tape. We are going to, whoops, glue that, and then I am just going to add this in here. And if you guys noted, I would say this was almost 7 inches. That seems to me like a little long. I'm going to cut a tiny bit in here and a tiny bit in here. These ends are not going to be visible, so you know, it doesn't really matter. But all I'm doing is putting it together, folded it in half, putting it together, and we're going to add them. I just want to see if it's going to be too long, right, guys? Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to cut it a tiny bit. I think that 7, it's too long. I want to go by 6. Sorry, guys. The ones I did initially were 5.5, and you can see them, but I was trying to make sure that you can really like work these out. Okay, there we go. Just a little shorter. So 6 inches seems to be a good measurement. And what I'm going to do, guys, I already put my double-sided tape there. I'm going to bring this in there, right? And actually, I'm going to put another piece of these on top of it to help hold it. And then we'll put the layer on top of it. So I am just hoping this really holds it together. The truth is, you're not going to need to make a lot of effort to put these out. But just in case, and I'm just not going to even do this so this holds stronger. We're going to use glue in here anyways. So it was a long tryout when it came to figuring these out. Wait, guys. Yeah, because I had, so if you went to the video I posted, it actually has cardstock on it. So she added cardstock in here. Obviously that person did not add any layers to the card, so that happens fairly often. I have to figure out ways to make this work because I do layers, right? And so this is gonna really, when we close this, this is gonna look up here like that. So let me move this. See, this moves like that. And so what ends up happening, or happened with me, and you guys can tell it's a little thicker here on the end. So what happened is that the cardstock like has to bend, and it does not do really well because we have a layer here. Oh, that moved a tiny bit. Sad day. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna do the same thing. This one belongs here, and I don't want to make a mess, so we're gonna close these first, and hopefully this works. And we're doing it together because, like I mentioned, what would have happened before is I would have made another card with this idea and see if that idea would work, but I don't have a whole lot of time, and so this is the best we can do. So bottom line, this is going to go like this, and you see now you have these in here to pull, and that I am not seeing our, okay, that did not work very well. That was very dumb of me. I am not seeing that these actually, the magnet closing or helping to close. Mainly because I did not put this correctly. Maybe if I put it, these is on the way. Would that help? No, it needed to be a bigger magnet, guys. So don't waste the magnet. It's not going to work in here. In this case, maybe a bigger magnet, a thicker magnet would do. I don't know. I am going to try to do it on the other side, so see if that works. I already have the other side, as you know, glued as well, but we can take those out and put them in another place, and I have those bigger magnets. So oops, sorry guys, let me see. There we go. Maybe a bigger magnet will do. Okay, my other magnets are a little rebellious, and I just want to make sure I don't lose them. So I have bigger magnets, guys. So I am going to try to do this just as I did this, and we are going to try to put them somewhere else. So maybe this is the thing. The ribbon goes in the middle, and so maybe we can put this on the top, and that will work better. So these have, you know, kind of like a, how you call this, peel off and whatever. And so I am just going to put, it could be that putting two, exactly, Joyce, you read my mind. Putting two will probably do it. Let's try just to have certainty, and you know, I can try to, whoops, I can try to figure this out later, add another one, maybe, we'll see. Yes, so maybe 4. So let's see, where is the other one? Oh, see, they already like glue together. They're pretty. So let me see. This is the back. I just need to figure out this is the one. So this is the back, this is the back. And what I did for that one, guys, all I did was put, you know, this is the front. So I'm going to put this in there. We'll take the backing off, and while holding, here back, while holding, I am just going to let these find the magnet itself. So I don't have to even think much about it. And we're going to do the same in here. Now that that's being held, we're just going to bring this one back in there and make sure this is, as you know, as aligned as possible. And then we'll have these two, and then it will take forever to open it, you'll see. And we'll do again in good, and you just let the magnet guide you. And there we go. So first things first, this is our piece. We decided 6, so let me cut that inch, give or take. I'm not very set on how long it has to be. That was my change. I don't know how long the lady did it in there, but it looked like 3 inches, and she just did like a piece, right? So it looked like maybe like 2.5 inches. So I don't know. It just didn't work for me. It just probably didn't work for me because I put so many layers, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. The other thing that I did look into, and I'm just saying this so you guys have it, and it is, or you guys have that knowledge, it was, I did not look into just one piece of ribbon, which I could have probably done that, but I thought it looked more finished, just the loop, which of course brings some complications, but, well, that's what it is, guys. No problem. If it works, great, and if it doesn't, then you know what to avoid when the time comes and you want to make something similar, right? So I put enough glue on that end so it gets all glued together as well as possible. I'm going to like hold it real quick with my hands so it like really glues, and now I'm bringing the next one. And just because this thing's moved a tiny bit, I am going to put it back again to make sure it is in the actual good position before I move this. And there we go. Kiwi, you're so cute. Yeah, I just love layers. It really brings me joy to have the layers, and I really like them, honestly. And again, if you don't really need it, so don't worry about them. But there you go. So this is not holding this. Oh, well, it's not holding because, let me hold that there for a second, guys. I think that what I can do is move this up here. So this is how this looks, and what I did, I'm actually, let me bring one of these here and hold that. What I did, guys, and I did this ahead of time just because I didn't want this to be as long as last week's, but using the Petal Park, I did create my kind of my own DSP, right? I know it's not the exact, that's not cool, the exact paper, but if you see like this, I mean, they're fairly similar. Look at that. See? Not bad, right? So I would say save yourself some money if you can't afford it, you really like the paper, but save yourself some money. I think that the actual stamp includes these two flowers, and they're really beautiful, I have to say, but I didn't get it. So what I figured I wanted to do in this case, let's see if this works. Seems like it's working, except it moved. Guys, for real, sometimes it feels like I've done this for a while. Why are you being so rebellious? And I love working with white, but I do struggle because I feel it's going to get dirty super quickly, right? So, okay, we need more glue there, obviously, because there's a lot that is happening with the magnets. So, but I'm going to extend this, and what's going to happen, so what I did, which is not included also in that, is I figured I can create some sort of DSP to go in here. So when this is closed, you have some like something going on. I don't know, something like that. See, so that's what we are going to be looking once it's closed. So let's go ahead and add these to, see, that one is there, very rebellious. So let's go ahead, let's add more glue. We'll close that, and I'm just going to keep it like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these, but I know this is how I want them, right? I think, yeah. And so, and you can put whatever you want there. I just don't want just the blue, or the balmy blue paper or cardstock to look. Other things that you can do to not add a layer is add your how you say this, your stamps to the cardstock. right? So for example, if you're using white cardstock, then you can get really creative, or just use tone on tone. That would have looked very beautiful too. I did not think of that, maybe because I was just really thinking of using that petal park um, flowers, and I figured that, you know, it just worked well that way. So I decided to use this. I really like them. I really like how they look. And so let's see. See, that looks really beautiful. I really like it. I'm going to put this, push it a little bit. The other thing I did, this one is not working. The 4 magnets in here are working well. Oh no, they're not working even. There you go. But they're working well. This one is not working as well. And that's fine. I did, and this is what I told you guys, that I had used the biggest of the squares for this. I figure we can create like just a fun detail there, just a frame, and I really like it. So it takes nothing. Okay, this is really rebellious lately. I don't know what the rebellious is about. Okay, and we're going to add this in here, and that just looks really soft, and I like it. This thing moved. I don't know if you guys noticed, moved a tiny bit, so I'm trying to move it forward, but that is fine. Does not have to be perfect, says Maria. Okay, so this is something that happened before, and I didn't think of it today, and it's that I didn't measure that these were the same. Do you see these? And I don't know why, which is very sad, because I don't want to destroy this, so I'm going to leave it as is. If any one of you receive the card, you'll have to like let it go. Sorry about that. So the next step we're going to do is, we already have these folded, and I'm going to bring my tear and tape, and we're going to go ahead and add a good piece in here. If you have the one that is half inch, it's not half inch, I think it's 3/8 of an inch, it will work better because it's bigger. And what we'll do is, like, this needs to be folded like this, so these needs to go attached in here just like that. And all I'm going to do, you see, there you go, I am moving these, aligning top and bottom, and going over here, and that will close like that, right? And then we're going to do the same thing. Now, once it's closed like that, it goes very easy, because we'll put more tear and tape on the other side, right? And then just pushing that a tiny bit, we'll remove that backing, maybe. And what we'll do, so at this point in time, we just don't need to do a whole lot. We'll just like extend these, see, and extends perfectly. So you just can align now here, whatever works for you best. But I figured that was easy. See, if you just extend it, it will work well. So I am just aligning the top there with the bottom, so making sure that they're fairly aligned, and this is your piece. So this works well with 2. I will try to add one here. Maybe we can try to add that now. And the most important thing is, this needs to be flexible, moving however you go. Yeah, so Luis is saying that my bottle is not pushed all the way in, and I know that happens, and I don't know why. So I don't want to really do this, but I think, well, I'll try to do it later. It's fine. Fine. I always say that. Let me see. Okay, something is not coming up here. Okay, there we go. So what is not coming up here is that I didn't glue this correctly. You see that it moved when I closed it? So I'm going to open this a tiny bit and realign it, and that should do. There we go. And then it, see, that one is actually really well closed. That one closed really well. And this one is the one that's not closing very well. Okay, there we go. That is so unhappy. The other thing you can do, which is what I was going to do with my husband's, is I'll just add like a tiny glue dot on the top and the bottom, and so it stays together, and then he'll open it and it'll be fine. Okay, so two things then. Pay attention when you're doing yours, and it is to make sure that this and these are the same size. When you glue them, that it takes place when you glue them. For whatever reason, this is not getting all together, but it's working fine. Now the next step is very simple. We'll just center these in here, and see, like, I don't know if you can see, it's a little bubbly. And then these will do, like, it's what I was trying to figure out, if you could do this in a 4 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I think you can. This one is just really well centered in the card base, and so I really like that. But we're going to go ahead and add this with tan tape, just because I really like tan tape and I really trust it, and so that's what we're going to use. Oops. And I'm just going to put an extra one, because why not? A couple of extra ones, actually. Okay, and we're going to take these off. It's one of the reasons why I don't use tear and tape in the videos most of the time, and it is because taking the backings, it's time consuming-ish. I mean, it's about a few seconds, but it's a few seconds, right? So that's one of the reasons why I don't use it, but it is very strong and it's beautiful. It works just beautifully. Oh, Luis, I am so glad that you guys like it. Okay, so basics, making sure this is the top, this is the top. There's no top really in this card just yet, but you know, just in case. I'm looking, I'm doing the, you know, eyeballing this and hoping. There we go. I think it looks, but see, those two work well. Look at that, that works really well. It'll take some extra. So what happens is it will open like this, and that's why I was telling you that it needs to. And it actually closes now backwards. That's so funny. Hi, Miss Tara, how are you? I'll try to fix this in a little bit, but that's how the card will look. And so to close it, actually it's really good close. Look at that. But that's how it would look. And then you can also just extend it like this, right, if you want it. Not really, because it's not the same height, but anyways, it just looks really cute. Now the last part of the front is what we're going to do right now. And so I have another, and I'm sorry about the reflection, I have another of the small squares, and I am just going to put here thank you in balmy blue. And where is it? Here it is. I am so glad you guys like it. This is a very messy adding, so hopefully we get this correctly. I've used these stamps so often that I think it does need a wash. I have a few of these that they definitely need a wash, guys, and I have not washed them. I'm going to clean these real quick. Clean it well so you don't struggle when you have to reuse it, right? I mean, at least it may be dirty because you have not washed them and used them, but yeah. And so there we go. I'll just bring this little, and let's see. So the thing is, we can put this in here, right? And so it will be added in there. So you'll have the thank you as a surprise. I am going to close the balmy blue, guys, because I know what's going to happen if I don't. And I'm going to use glue for these, so I have some leeway in here. Maybe. There we go. Obviously, issues, right? There you go. See, Louise is right. So you have to have the bottle all the way to the bottom, and I don't sometimes, but I don't know why it comes off so easy. Anyways, it's fine. So I'm just going to put these centered there. That's very easy that way, right? I don't have to make any calculations or anything. There we go. Move it a little bit. There we go. And so it does lock very well in here. It does not lock in this side. So I will have to change that so it's pretty stable. I don't know, not stable, but the same. It's very, very magnetic. But this is how the card looks. So we'll see. We'll close it if this allows me. So we'll close it. Remember just to have these, and then I'll move this. I like it bigger actually than shorter, like it's clearer. Now the next thing, the last thing I have is this is a piece of the from the paper pumpkin kit, guys, and the phrases for all has a tiny dear friend, and so I am just going to bring that dear friend in here, and we are going to stamp it. So that way you'll have dear friend, thank you, and then you're all kinds of amazing. And I do know this is another white, but I am okay with that, I guess. So I'm just going to bring this in here, just center as best as I can, and there it is. And I did push there, but it's fine. And I'm just going to put like this on the top. There, dear friend. And let's bring a couple of these. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite stamping job, you see? But it's fine. So we'll add a couple of these. And then there we go. Okay, there it goes, dear friend. I want it there. And then I do have some yellows, I think, I hope. Let's see what I got that can actually match. So I have these. I'm trying to see which one I like the most. I think this one, although this is the peach pie, I think. But I think, let me see. I think the yellow matches well. What do you guys think? See, like I'm gonna put one in here. Right? It's just like a darker yellow, but it's gonna work fine. And then I'm gonna bring another one. Whoops, maybe. Like up there. And then just another one. Right there. And that just brings, and these are the ink color dots, resin dots. But that, I think that just works well. So bottom line, what I'm going to do to like fix this is I'll move these a little bit. There it goes. These a little bit. So for some reason, this one is really thick in here. So I'll move this one just a tiny bit. So I like it longer. To be fully honest, so I like it longer. And then this will open this way. This will have to be like somebody with energy, because these two, the 4 magnets do work, but it's a little harder to open. So there you go. And then we have, this will look really great if it stays. It doesn't. And then you can open in here, and then that's the inside. Now I would say this, you can create kind of a belly band, not a belly band, but use extra ribbon and make it bow on the bottom or something, and that will hold it together as well. Let's try that just for fun to see if it will work. Oops, I just don't want to get lost. But you see what I'm saying? Like if you bring these in here and make a bow at the bottom, I mean, that'll probably keep it together, right? So that is a good, another good option, or, you know, or something here at the bottom, add it, and that they can unplug, I mean, undo and then work it out. So that is another option if you don't have magnets. And let me show you the one that I did for my husband's Valentine's Day, and it's using the paper pumpkin kit for January. But there it is. So I am using a little bit of extra things, right? I'm using red instead of black, but it's mainly the paper pumpkin kit. I decided to use these that were from last year. They were these are called Cherry Cobbler Pearl. And Pearl Adhesive Blackberries is how it's called. I really like this ones. And so this is how this one worked. But again, I'm using mostly the paper pumpkin kit, except this. I'm using the same concept. And so when it opens, it just shows the heart. Oops. There you go. They just chose the heart. And I added some extra hearts. This all belongs to the paper pumpkin kit. Same as this little ribbon. This is all the ribbon. But I just figured, you know, very simple. Just for a guy. I mean, it's a guy, right? And I did the same thing. I did some decoration there with the hearts, if you can tell. And I really like how it looks. And then I did use the rest of it. It says love you. This is not from the stamp set. I forgot where I got this one. I think it's the other Petal Park, actually. And these here, I'm using an old die too. I forget the name of it. But it's very cute. Really, what happened is I saw that card with the hearts and everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make my own heart card, right, for my husband. And so, but then this is how it would look without the magnets. And again, you could probably tie it in here. You got me. Tara, are you asking about these? Or about these? So there you go. Those are the two cards. Sarah, just send me a text and I'll send you the link. I don't even know if they're available. That's one of the downsides of not doing only new stuff, right? I'm just doing whatever. Feels so odd. It needs to be bigger. This needs to go that way. So this one I did actually a really good job. But if you see here, and you can barely see it, but I did let me bring it up. I really struggled when I was using the cardstock. It would not, like, it just looked disastrous. So I would recommend ribbon. I mean, you can try the cardstock, of course, but I'm just saying. And there you go. This works really well. Look how stuck it is. It does work well, but as you can tell, it does kind of like, if you push a little bit, it'll snap into it. Oh. Okay. Yes, I can send those. I can send those to you here. I'll send them later, but I have those. Yeah, those are very useful. Actually, they're called like passports, but I'll send you the link. So I don't even know why I'm trying to remember. So it really works well. We definitely need to work on this one. So it, you know, that way you can just have this like that. And I really like the concept. Again, not my idea. I did make the measurements and change a little bit and change a few things, but not a whole lot. And I just really am pleased with how these end up looking. I think that definitely it needs something, right? It needs something here so it's closed. It's fine because my husband will not really, you know, make a big deal about it. But I'll just give it to him like that and he'll just like, ta-da! But yeah, but this one I will change so it all matches together. And again, I really think this needs to be a little bit bigger or moved that way. And they were the same measurement, so it's just that I moved this in here. So this will probably be able to move. Well, I'll try later. But there you go, guys. There you have it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Adrian. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And it was awesome to see an idea. Oh, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Yeah, again, not my concept, but I made some changes, and I really like the fact that you can make this a card. So if you want to write something, that'd be cool. Or add a little pocket somewhere, right? So if you want, it's a birthday card and you want to give it, it will be really, really cool for a Christmas card. I didn't do it this time, but a Christmas card would be a lot of fun. Like with anything, right? It will be a lot of fun. So anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you need anything, just send me an email. Let me put my hand here so it stays. Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening or your week. And, you know, please keep warm since we're going through this like crazy cold snap.